Situated on the breathtakingly picturesque and historic St. Helena Island is a farm that uses regenerative and sustainable agriculture methods to feed its community. Let's welcome the owners of Morning Glory Homestead, Belinda and Tony Jones. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for bringing this fresh and glorious bounty with you. For people who've never visited St. Helena before, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the island, its history, what people can find there.
St. Helena has a lot of history, as you well know. It was one of the first areas that was freed back in November 1861 when the Union forces came in, and from that time period, it was also the home of one of the first schools for the enslaved in the United States. And so the enslaved have an opportunity to experience freedom first in that area, which was part of the Port Royal Sound.
Right, so this is part of the Sea Island with a very rich Gullah Geechee history to it, right? Which we've talked about a bit on the show, and it's so beautiful there. It's almost magical with the oak trees and the Spanish moss. I mean, it's like you're transported to another world. This is where you decided to establish Morning Glory Homestead. So Belinda, what technically is a homestead?
Well, a homestead is nowadays not like the traditional ones that were from the Homestead Act of 1862, but this one, we are a more modern homestead. So we were raising our children. We have 5 children, and we were raising them on the property and teaching them how to raise vegetables, teaching them animal husbandry, and to be sustainable. And basically, the homestead was a place that people were raising their own, their own produce, their own animals if possible, learning trades that they could use so that they could be self-sustaining.
Right, I was just going to say, to be self-sustaining, which seems to be getting more and more important.
It has.
I want to talk a little bit about just how expensive things have gotten, just for farmers nowadays. The cost of everything from the soil to the end market value of the item has gone up. So that puts a lot of pressure on you, but that also makes it incumbent upon the community to come out and support local farmers. And you grow some of the most beautiful, delicious vegetables I've ever had. I just had some of this arugula, and it's as spicy as a jalapeno and as fresh as it can possibly be. Right now, you've got these items that are in season. Maybe you can go through the basket and tell us what you're currently growing.
Wow. Well, we've got some beautiful Swiss chard here on the front. We've got mustard greens that have a little red in them. Then we have the dinosaur or Tuscan kale.
So pretty.
And this big broadleaf, and these are not as large as they get. They get larger, but broadleaf mustards.
Oh, gosh.
We have some beautiful red curly kale as well. So it's just a variety of
something we should all have in our diets, first of all, because I think we'd be a lot healthier if we did. And you also raise eggs. You also have your beekeepers as well. So this is your honey.
That's our honey.
That's our honey.
So from beginning to end, you are a self-sustaining farm.
We try to be as much as possible.
But you give tours, but this is also important for the people who live on St. Helena, for your community. So what's the impact on your neighbors having this farm now?
Well, one of the impact is, one, they can see where the food and the chickens, the egg products and stuff, where it is and how it's how we feed the animals, because our chickens and ducks are free range.
Oh, these are duck eggs.
Those are duck eggs.
So these are a little bit bigger.
Right.
I can just show you what a duck egg looks like. So compared to one of these, which you've brought a rainbow of these gorgeous eggs. Oh my gosh. So there's the difference. Is there a difference in taste?
A little bit, not very much.
No, okay.
No, we say mostly that the duck eggs have a richer taste, and a lot of people like them to bake.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they are higher in protein than the chicken.
And you mentioned that you're sustainable. So what does that mean exactly? What is sustainable agriculture?
Well, for us, it's we do our best to use products that are friendly, eco-friendly, and we try to make sure that we are not disposing of a lot of things. We, we live in a disposable society, so we are trying to maintain things as long as we can make them last, and we are being soil friendly, eco-friendly. We're trying our best to make sure that we keep everything healthy, not from the soil to the produce to our animals, and not give them anything that's going to be harmful to them or our environment.
And especially to our customers, because we don't use any pesticides or herbicides, basically organic. That we use and because we
what
you eat what you grow, right? Exactly. So if you're eating it, we should be eating it.
Right.
Well, you're wonderful stewards, not just to the community, to the environment, but you're creating such a legacy, a wonderful legacy to be celebrated for years to come on St. Helena. I want to thank you both so much for joining us and sharing with us about Morning Glory Homestead, and of course, people who want to take tours. We're going to give that information as well. Thank you again for coming.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
We're back after this.